Hello, this is J.N.S, and we are back with our weekly tarot. So, happy Friday, and I hope you guys are having a great week so far. We're going to start with our review. We always do a review of last week because we had some interesting stuff come up. And so, actually, I want to actually share the first thing that we need to talk about because we mentioned um, in last week's video, which was we did that June 13th is when we streamed that. Matter of fact, I need to share this one. We talked about that there would be like breach of contracts, that there would be something with countries in agreements, a promotion or raise or something relating to a new agreement or a merger, or there was a combination of working together. We also mentioned that there could be institution or a company apologizing for some sort of breach. We also mentioned that there will be a powerful male figure that apologized for some sort of breach, which we got that. And then there was a breach of contract relating to either two or three institutions that could relate to a government, a country, or corporation. So all of those things happen this week. We said they were going to happen on June 13th. And so everything has happened. So I just want to go through our review because some of this stuff relates to us in terms of things we need to be kept abreast on, things that are happening around us. And so it's not like we want to do the tarot, like I say repeatedly. We're not doing the tarot just to, flex or to look cute. We really want to know what the heck is going to come on a weekly basis as far as the energy that we need to prepare for and some of the things we want to be on the outlook for. So we do the world events on a collective level, looking at the earth records of the collective unconscious, which is like a quantum binary data, like a quantum bit code that is pretty much available for anybody to access and see what the heck is going to happen. And so I will go through what we discussed last week, show you guys some of the things that has happened, and then we'll do next week's reading, which will be from June 22nd to June 28th. Okay, and so I'll start to play what we said was going to happen, and then we'll take a look at each source. Countries, or it could be 2 to 3 like corporations or governments. This could be countries, government, or so. The first thing I'm getting is possible breach of some sort of breach of contract. Is the first thing that keeps coming up. Breach of government contract, breach of something. As far as like a global event, like something it's some type of breach. But it looks to be like a possible misunderstanding and maybe apology ensues. Some sort of apology breach. Yeah. Okay. And so I want to show what did I do with that source? Because something happened with our government, Biden. Yeah, here we go. So the Justice Department and the Biden administration and JetBlue Spirit Airlines merger, they blocked a proposed, the Biden Justice Department blocked the proposed JetBlue Spirit Airlines merger on anti-competitive grounds. And so we talked about like this breach or this falling out. It's not necessarily a breach of contract. We do have an actual breach of contract that happened in the state of Georgia that I'll get to. But like when I mentioned something with like government or corporation and then some sort of breach, like some type of falling out. And so the administration suits against this merger. To me, I felt like this was because later on in the video, I do mention a merger. I do mention the word merger and acquisitions. So I was feeling that, and then I thought it would be with a company. But as far as this breach and this block that they did, that's between the government and the corporation of the JetBlue Airlines. And so I'm trying to look through and see what happened. Okay, so yes, the Justice Department and the Federal Trade Commission, they squashed this, the deal, the merger that was supposed to happen between JetBlue and Spirit. So that was a glaring example of the administration's counterproductive policies on mergers. Okay, and when did this take place? June 18th. So June 18th, 2024. So, yeah, they said the Biden administration is putting its politics ahead of business. So that meddling in mergers, that to me would be like a breach of contract on in terms of the government breach of contract in the spirit of free market capitalism or free markets in terms of this JetBlue Spirit airline mergers that was blocked by a federal judge. And so I believe they're probably going to sue them because, again, this is a breach. They don't have, I mean, if they're saying it's based on anti-competitive grounds, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. But what's interesting here is that there was a construction company that says Macon broke a breach of contract, a $2.2 million contract. And so this was on June 20th. And there was a lot of things with the word breach, and I wish I really focused when I was doing this reading last week. I wish I would have honed in on the word breach itself because I kept saying breach of contract, but it was a lot of breaches this week. I mean, there was a T-Mobile breach, there was an Apple breach, there was a lot of breaches relating to the leaking of data. And T-Mobile denied that it was hacked yesterday. I'm sorry, 2 days ago. So right here, T-Mobile denied that it was actually hacked. But then there are hackers coming forward, so there was a breach. This is yesterday. Apple denying these claims. They don't want the public to know, but there was a breach that exposes Apple's source code. A hacker claims, and so I wish I would have focused in on that. But I want to get back to like the actual breaches of contracts because that was something that I kept seeing. And so I obviously Macon Bibb County. That's Macon, Georgia, right? Yep, that's Macon, Georgia. Denied that it breached a $2.2 million contract with a construction company hired to do the work at the local airport after being sued by the company. So we knew it was going to be some sort of breach of contract between corporation, government, or an institution or a possible country. And so this was interesting that this had happened. Macon is a pretty, I mean, it's about an hour away from the ATL. I was going to move out there. But let's see. Why did the county said it's in its legal reply that any damages sustained were caused by a third party the county had no control over. So it's some type of construction company that was out there. I wonder what they were doing though. Okay, so they were hired. The construction company was hired to extend the runway and do a wall structure work at Middle Georgia Regional Airport. So the company accused Macon of illegally withdrawing from the contract and failing to pay for costs incurred before the job was completely canceled. Okay, so there's the breach of contract, but there was multiple breaches of contracts. But I want to get into. We said a CEO apologizes for quality. We said there was some type of powerful man that will come and apologize. So we'll play the rest of this and we'll pause to show you guys that. Keep getting breach of. Yeah, there's some sort of breach and some sort of agreement. This could relate to 2 or 3 or more countries. Yeah, 2 to 3 countries, or it could be 2 to 3 like corporations or governments. This could be countries, government, or like corporations. Some type of. So with the Spirit airline, we had Spirit, we had JetBlue, the Biden administration, which is the government, the the Federal Trade Commission, and the Department of Justice. So that was a breach. They blocked their merger. But look at, and then we have Macon, which is the city government, and then the corporation, which is a construction company. That breach of contract of agreement. Breach of. I'm gonna just write this down so I don't forget. Breach of contract or agreement relating to 2 through 3. This could be again either institutions, so like or governments, or countries, or corporations. But let me see if I can get just a little more detail on that. Like I could probably pinpoint which one it is. Not the actual countries itself, but as far as the field, is it a government? Is it a corporation? Let me take more of a look. Yeah, and it looks like these agreements fall because of rushing to judgment, failing going forward without a clear plan. Yep. Or information arriving that may be upsetting. Bluntness. There's yeah. Some type of there's some fallout with something on a big scale. This could be again some type of alliance within banks or some sort of corporation. Mm, I'm leaning more towards corporation, but again, it could be. Mm, I'll do individual in a minute, but I'm just still trying to pick up for more of like a world event. Yeah, something falls through. Whatever something that was supposed to go through just falls through because actions doesn't match the goals. Um, there's disorganization as well. Another thing, I'm trying to see if I find a new event here. There could be something with a powerful man this week too, like a figure, powerful male figure, powerful male figure that like apologizes. A figure that apologizes for something, for some type of um, breach. Okay, so right here we see the Boeing CEO apologized. When was this? This was June 18th. So the video that we did was recorded on June 13th, and this was on June 18th. And so we see the CEO of Boeing apologized for a pretty much a breach of quality assurance, lack of quality assurance and safety issues at the Senate hearing. So I guess there were people that were killed on two flights. Dave Calhoun, Boeing's chief executive, apologized for the grief that we have caused. And so this relates to breach of quality insurance. And then John Barnett, who's the former Boeing engineer and whistleblower, he had died. I guess they knocked him off. And so he says, I would like to apologize on behalf of all of our Boeing associates spread throughout the world, past and present, for your losses, Mr. Calhoun said, while facing the families, and I apologize for the grief we have caused. Okay. So he's planning to step down at the end of the year, but he was the chief executive office. He was the chief executive officer. Okay, so he was this Boeing CEO that we knew it was some type of powerful man. So he was he was the guy that I was picking up on Friday that would apologize for quality and safety issues. This is quality assurance. It's a breach technically because there is it's a breach in quality assurance. Okay, and so let's continue to see what else we got for last week. Or harsh words, some type of harsh words, abusive words, or something like that. I'm trying to figure. Yeah, this could be like some an institution. Another thing that we got was Pizza Hut is also suing for a breach of contract as well. That was yesterday. Well, on June 19th, they're suing for breach of contract relating to something. Yep. So let's keep going. Formation. Wait, I was supposed to be playing this. I thought I had shared my screen. So let me just
And if I can get just a little more detail on that, like I could probably pinpoint which one it is. Not the actual countries itself, but it, as far as the field, is it a government? Is it a corporation? Let me take more of a look. Yeah, and it looks like these agreements fall because of rushing to judgment, failing going forward. I'll do individual in a minute, but I'm just still trying to pick up. I'm trying to see if I find a new event here. There could be something with a powerful man this week too, like a powerful figure, powerful male figure, that like apologizes. A figure that apologizes for something, for some type of breach or harsh words, some type of harsh words, abusive words, or something like that. I'm trying to figure. Yeah, this could be like some an institution or a company also apologizes as well. Apologizes for um, again some type of miscommunication or like a breach. Or you know what? It may not even also be apologize. This could be the formation as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a formation. I know I said it looks like more of, to me, a breakdown, which it does. I do get more of breakdown, but formation. Yeah, I'm not really interpreting this as formation. If there's something that you are trying to form, now I'm gonna go start with individual. If you're trying,
so there was actually a formation. I should have just went with my gut. There was a formation on June 19th. There was a new Russia-North Korea agreement that would provide each other immediate military assistance in the event of a war. So there was a formation, but also here, Putin and Kim signed pact. Here we go, pledging mutual support against aggression. And so this is more of an agreement, some sort of formation of an agreement between two countries. And so this is more of pact. But I was picking up on breach of contract, so it was more so I was getting more of the opposite of the energy. But there was a formation. I wasn't really picking that up because I guess I was I was looking more for the energy of the United States. And so I wasn't really picking up more on a global sense. But this does make sense for what I was thinking of in terms of like, okay, this could be a possible formation of some sort of agreement. But nonetheless, let's keep seeing what else I talked about. Trying to form like some new alliance or like organization or like formation of a company or something. You need a little more patience on that. I wouldn't do it this week because it may fall through. You guys may get, it may fall through. However, you can start like the balance in the foundation, the structure and the foundation for building will be good this week. If you're an individual that needs to do that, that will be fine. But this week, I would say we need moderation and balance. So if you feel yourself being impatient in the beginning of the week, you want, so that's why you have to be patient and disciplined this week. So moderation on the emotional level. Yeah, there'd be some monumental changes probably in like the structure of a company. I wouldn't rule that out either. Yep. Another thing for the individual, as far as like individual, those who's watching this as an individual, you'll be feeling pleased this week. You'll have there if you wanted to go out for like laughs, go out, say maybe next Saturday or even this Saturday or this Sunday. It will be a great time to do that. As far or raise promotion or raise.
of something relating to a new agreement relating to a new.
Okay, so this was another thing I was picking up, a new agreement, and that was the Putin and Kim. This was the Russia agreement.
I am starting to see another world event. There could be some sort of promotion or raise, promotion or raise of something relating to a new agreement relating to a new agreement. Maybe this is a merger. Could be a possible merger. Yeah, some type of promotion or raise due to a merge or combination, working together. That's another world event that's coming to me now.
Okay, so that was definitely this new North Russia and North Korea agreement. States they will provide each other immediate military assistance in the event of a war. So I was saying more so promotion and raise due to an agreement or combination of working together. But I want to see what was this actually? What was, if there's anything we can find in the agreement itself, perhaps. Okay, so let's see if I could find something in the agreement. Okay, so I guess they're facing international isolation. So they have this agreement. Okay, agree to military assistance in either armed aggression according to the full. Okay. Just trying to look to see what's going on. Okay, so the agreement with Putin and North Korean leader signed on Wednesday also include cooperation on nuclear energy, space exploration, food and energy security is one of the highest profile moves in Asia by Moscow in years. So it is this is kind of like a raise of a promotion of a sense due to an agreement. Okay. Putin visited China last month soon after his inauguration for the fifth term. Look, see, they about to go into this space exploration and this nuclear energy. And I told Trump and the Space Force that they needed to get onto this probability distribution in terms of understanding IPUs as well as parallel universes, um, and quantum mechanics better. But I'm just the lady at the well. You can ignore the oracle if you want to. But yeah, this is an agreement that includes the combination of working together, a promotion or a raise. Again, this is a raise more so for Kim Jong Un because he's one of the. This is one is in what is this. This agreement is one of the highest profile moves in Russia. I'm sorry, in Asia by Moscow in years. In any case, one of the two sides is put in a state of war by armed invasion. The other side shall provide possession. I'm just trying to look to see what this is all about. I guess so. They linking up. Article 4 of the agreement. Article 51 of the UN Charter provides for the rest of the member country to take advantage of collective self-defense actions. Yep, so we said some sort of alliance, and yep, that's what happened this week. That's what happened. The two countries would take joint actions that aimed at strengthening defense capabilities to prevent war and ensure regional and international peace and security. So the White House did not immediately comment on agreement reported content. Japan expressed grave concerns. Yep, but this is the agreement that I was kind of see. I didn't know that it would be with Russia and Korea, but I did know. I did start to sense that as a world event, and so this just happened yesterday. This just happened yesterday, and we did this video, as you can see. This video was recorded on June 13th. And so most of the events that we said were going to come true came true. The meddling in the mergers, the breach of contracts. Yep, the falling apart of agreements. The situation with Spirit and JetBlue and the Justice Department. which is the government and these corporations. And then we have this this agreement between North Korea and Russia. Then we had the CEO of Boeing actually did apologize this week. He said it was going to be some powerful man that apologizes. Yep. And then as far as breach of contract, we have Macon and that corporation, construction corporation. But then I wish I would have saw, like, I'm trying to look at this now to see if I saw breach of data. What, you know what? I do see breach of data now, because there was a lot of breaches. Apple had a breach. Hackers are coming forward, but I kept seeing breach of contract, but I should have saw breach of data in this too. Breach of data with that 3 of cups. I'm sorry, not that 3 of cups, that 3 of pentacles, I could have interpreted that as a breach of data, believe it or not. Yep. That three of pentacles with that 7 of cups. I could have swung that with breach of data, because there was a lot of data breaches this week. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe it. You would not believe how many data breaches there was. And so I kept saying breach of contract, breach of contract. But there was a lot of breaches of contracts too. I just didn't feel like they were important to cover them. I'll actually show you here. So there was like a lot of like law firms and different types of breaches of contracts. Brandon Durst sues West Bronner for breach of contract. These are not really, big. Population developer accuses city of a breach of contract. That's an hour ago. So we got Baltimore officials, a deal to revitalize Population. They are accusing the Baltimore city of breach of contract, just like they're accusing the city of Macon. And then here we got U.S. judge dismisses breach of contract violation of privacy claims against Google. There was a lot. The hospital was suing for breach of contract. Yeah. But the main one that I thought was most interesting was the Pizza Hut one and the one in Macon. But there was a lot of that, because that was the energy of the collective unconscious, that there was going to be some messiness and disagreements and being able to hold up the end of the bargains. Like that was the energy of that was really heavy this week. But also look at breach of data. Let's just type in breach. Look at coding error and forgotten API blame for massive data breach. There was like massive data breaches this week, and I really wish like I would have called that one in the reading last week, because I definitely see it now, like breach, data breach. I see it now. Look at this. Look at all of these data breaches. United Health had a data breach yesterday. Accenture was breached yesterday. Apple had a breach. They're denying. AMD had a breach. They're working with law enforcement 2 days ago after a massive data breach. CDK suffered another data breach. Ticketmasters had a data breach just 7 hours ago. It was a lot. It was a lot. Chemical facilities told a possible data CISA breach. Yeah, I wish I would have called that, because that could have probably helped. I know there's some powerful people that watch my little video through a satellite. They could have been alerted. It's not my business to alert them, but I definitely see the data breach in the reading now. In a reading now with the 3 of pentacles, that page of cups, and that 7 of cups. I could have swung that as a data breach. That looks like a data breach. Disorganization, glitch, yeah. And then apology, remorsefulness. Also, page of cups, even though it has an apologetic energy, it does relate to also the divine feminine and psychic intuition of abilities, very psychic, very sensitive energy as well. So I think that's what threw me up. I'll usually always get apology from that energy, but that 3 of pentacles, I guess I was seeing more of communication, but muddled communication, muddled breaches of contract. I did see breaches of agreement and even formation of agreement. And then that powerful man coming forward to apologize, was just what the CEO of Boeing did this week. But this data thing,
This data, that was a big one. And I can't believe I missed that. Breach of data. Yeah. Okay, well, let's go into this week's. Let's see what we got for this week, of course. I don't want to make the video too long. You know, I can belabor a point, boy. So yeah, let's look to see what's the energy for this week. I do want to put my links just in case you do want a personal reading. I will get into individual reading in this video. We do, however, you know, the review. Our reviews are kind of longer than the actual readings because it's interesting to see what came to pass. Like you can't just be on here just reading some stuff, and you know, we want to see what if did it happen. You know, and so that's my number. If you guys do want a reading, or you can book a reading on Etsy, you can schedule a time. We can do it via um, live call, video pre-recorded. If you don't have time to actually sit through, you can just send me questions, or if you're shy or introverted, you just send me the questions. I can send you a pre-recorded video to via your email, however length you need it, or we could do it live. We could do it live. And so I'll put my links there for you can book on my personal website as well and schedule at your convenience. And then also, um, here's the links to my books. If you guys are interested in any esoteric topics of relating to the divine feminine and the Nocti Queen mothership, as well as self-help, Black American culture, sociology, history, anything relating to the great matriarch, I write on those topics. I do have a lot of spiritual books as well, Tantra, the Nocti Queen Mothership Order, the Nocti philosophy, all those things that I work on, that I love to do. I do ask that you guys support me in whatever capacity that you can by purchasing a book or a reading. And so let's look to see about the energy for next week, which is June 22nd to June 28th. Okay, so let me tap in. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Still trying to pick up on this. This one isn't interesting. I'll share my screen in a second. I'm just getting it ready. This one is kind of hard to interpret. I'm trying to. Okay, so let's see. Let me actually study this. I share my screen with you guys. Okay. Don't mind me. I am just studying the screen. I have to assess what this could mean for this week. Got a hermit energy that's usually deals with introspection, but there's going to be something with the telecommunications, social media, telecommunications, possibly some changes in that regard on their in their policy relating. Yeah, there could be something with the social media privacy policies that get changed. That's the first thing I pick up. Something with privacy policy, or a possible. This could honestly be even something that comes to light about violation of privacy, privacy policy. I hope that's not the case. Yeah, but possible violation of a privacy policy that the public becomes aware of. This could relate to social media, or some sort of app, data app, something with telecommunications though comes up in relation to violation of privacy. It's the first thing that I pick up from that energy. Stalking, like investigation. This could also be some sort of a possible investigation as well. Possible investigation that could relate on a government level of investigation. some type of let's see, yeah, some type of investigation. It's another thing that I pick up. Could this be in a corporation? Hmm. Hmm. It could be an individual. It could be an investigation into an individual, but I am getting more of on a government level, like some sort of administration or a department. They get some sort of investigation, but this could actually relate to a single person, a male, an investigation of a male. That could also be another interpretation to a male. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it, and then yeah, it's a pretty heathenistic energy coming up this week. But you can balance that out. Like if you're an individual level, if you know that you want to be more introvert this week, you may want to be more to yourself. As far as introspection, you're meditating, healthy communication, healthy boundaries. You may want to establish that because this week, honestly, it got a lot of, I won't say mercurial is the word, but it got a lot of energy that relates to unhealthiness. 'Cause you could be like on an individual level, you could be dealing with like obsessive rumination, obsessive thoughts that kind of take an unhealthy turn, or you may be a victim of. You may realize somebody like is looking you up and online, investigating you, stalking you. Those type of things you want to be careful of. If you are the person doing it, you want to check yourself as well. If you have any sort of obsessive ruminations over someone, you know, that's the energy for this week. It's unhealthy attachments to things. Yeah. Hmm. And you may also be feeling like you want to withdraw probably from like more of the social media this week, or just communication in period. If this will be a good week if you want, if you know you want to like get out in nature and meditate by yourself, go on a hike, or just spend some alone time. This will be a good week to do that. To be honest, to balance out your energy, and because there's going to be it's a toxicity out there this week. Next week, I'm sorry, from June 22nd to June 28th. There's a bit of toxic energy in the atmosphere relating to gossip, um, relating to obsessive rumination, primitive thought forms, primitive behavior. So that can be, you might see some degenerate shit out on like on the social medias and stuff, or degenerate shit happening. So that's the energy for this week. So this is a good week to be more withdrawn. To be honest, if you do need to do an investigation, though, like say if your work requires like some sort of inquisitive nature investigation, that will be good. That will be a good time. Like if you have any clinical work, scientific studies, anything that has to do with data analysis, there could be something that comes out with some type of clinical. I'm getting that too now. Let me make sure I'm looking at this. Yeah, we may get like some wind of like clinical or data. I mean, this could be more breaches. This could be more breaches of the medical sense, but like a medical breach. But I'm getting like some sort of like clinical research, like some type of clinical investigation. It's like a clinical scientific studies investigation. They could be doing something unethical. They could be doing something unethical. They could be doing something unethical. And maybe they get caught, but it's like some type of clinical medical investigation research or dealing with science. But but it's something that is unhealthy that they're doing. It's something that they get kind of took in a heel on. So it could be something that go viral, like on social media, about like some sort of medical clinic, some type of study that's going on, some clinical study or investigation or something that go viral for doing something, some sherm shit, something they ain't got no business doing. I'm getting that too. That could be a scenario. That's another like world event that I'm picking up, to be honest. But like, yeah, if you are one of those people that do have to do like a clinical research on your own, just on the individual level, anything with data analytics, that this is a good week to do that, believe it or not. Also, if you know you needed to have an honest discussion with someone this week, that if you've been holding off speaking the truth or holding off on something, this would be a good week to have that discussion. But again, you want to communicate well and very introspective, very introspective nature, and try to move out of the more toxic communication. So, if you're feeling trapped in an unhealthy situation this week, this is the time to break free, because you may be feeling those feelings, and so that's another thing that you want to pay attention to. That you want to get away from anything that makes you feel trapped this week. Anything that, if it's an unhealthy lifestyle, if you notice yourself eating more, if you notice yourself, smoking weed more, whatever it is, drinking more, just be mindful and aware this week of that. If there's any obsessions, or if you're thinking about someone too much, or thinking about something too much, just focus on your meditation and your introspection. That's key for this week, going in from June 22nd to June 28th, the week coming up. Okay. You may deal with a trickster personality this week, someone that kind of makes you a little upset. That's another thing that you may be dealing with. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of trickster energy. Be careful of the trickster energy this week. We got two trickster. King of Wands is kind of a trickster energy. The devil is obviously a trickster energy. But we're getting adversarial energies that can be enlightening if you, again, overcome the bondage, overcome the trickster energy that makes you face your illogical and irrational ideas or fears. You can actually come up and connect with your inner vision. You can use that to propel you into soul searching. And you may need to withdraw this week and think of the spiritual side and to heal. Okay. You may want to follow your own path, follow your own counsel. This is a good week for that. Another thing is, you may feel like you want to withdraw from if you have a significant other, you may kind of feel like you need some space, you need to withdraw for a little bit. Another thing that we can interpret this as, let's see, is there any travel? That usually means travel, but there's some forward movement, momentum. If you need energy to move forward with a project, to move forward with travel, to move forward with even like a relationship, this is a good week to do that. If you can move past the trickster energy, any sort of obsessive ruminations, anything that's of the lower self, if you can overcome that by taking that time to meditate, by taking that time to be very introspective in your communication and honest discussions, then this is this will be a good week for you. If not, then you'll fall prey to the trickster energy. You may feel like you need to discover your life purpose again, or you feel overwhelmed by too many things, or you feel like you don't have like realistic goals and stuff. It doesn't have to be that way, though. These are just probability. This is probability distribution science. So probability distribution is the variables that can create an outcome based on the states of conditions or the states of consciousness that are current. You could use this also for programming computational algorithms of the universe, which means you can program events. You can also program a new parallel universe with probability distribution science. That's not necessarily the tarot. You can use any tool for probability distribution science. Tarot is just one of them. You can use I Ching. I Ching is probably a better one, and we will do some I Ching readings on here. Actually, we could probably do I Ching reading now, but I Ching is I'm still learning it. So like with tarot, I've been doing this since 2017. So I have considerable
experience more so with the tarot than the I Ching, like something I'm just now learning. I'm just now learning I Ching. But you can use cowrie shells, runes, a computer, believe it or not, binary code, astrology. Probability distribution science is again the coding and deciphering of variables to understand what is the likely outcome of a situation via in space or via in individual life. And that in tarot is just one of the mechanisms to get that done. But it does relate to a deeper science, if you ask me. Now, another thing we have here. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be isolated this week, but for a good. I mean, again, this could really propel you in terms of the soul searching, carving out your goals, self analysis, self introspection, and then you can go and be social. Like, you can go back like the following week, you can be a social butterfly and come back into the world more refined. If you are an entrepreneur or in business, this is a good week if you needed to focus on any sales skills, any marketing plans. This is a good week for that as well. Oh yeah, because the devil, believe it or not, relates to like corporations. It's money. It's earth. It's earth based. Very very Muladhara root chakra based, and so there's usually money. Corporations deal with deal with that energy, that Capricorn energy. Yeah, and then we got the King of Wands. These are both trickster energies. I want to see if I see another world event because I feel like world events are like mm, mm, mm. Yeah. On an individual note, though, if you feel like somebody is, if you feel like you're dealing with adversary or trickster personalities, you may want. That's also a sign to stick to yourself and withdraw, because that's a big energy this week. I'm just trying to pick up if I see one more world event. Yeah, it's like a lot of money, 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 money. Um, we got the Seven of Cups, this devil, and this trickster, and I'm trying to see if this relates more on the energetic plane. See, that Hermit is throwing me off. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if it's some sort of corporation. Corporation. It's a trickster energy. Now, this could mean a corporation could be doing really good in sales. Like a corporation could be doing excellent this week as far as the money, um, energy and sales, great sales. Like the biggest, like something that is viral though, not just some small type shit, like large cap type, aristocrat type shit that happens with a corporation, relating to maybe an all-time high or something, an all-time high, or something unique though that stands out though, not just. But also we have a possible corporation trickster energy that warrants investigation, or uh, like they were doing some underhanded stuff, underhandedness. That could be two different scenarios though. Trickster energy that warrants investigation or underhandedness. Yeah. So for you this week, this is a good week for you to be more introspective. If you have anything that relates to any clinical work, data analysis, research, scientific studies, that's also a good week to do this. Be careful of the excessive ruminations. If there's any addictions that you know, or feel like eating more this week, or drinking or smoking more, so you know, just be mindful, be aware. So you might want to do some meditations early in the morning. But other than that, it looks like it'll be a pretty good week. You just be more withdrawn if possible, more introspective, more meditative. Spend some time alone. Don't be afraid to be alone this week. Please don't, because there is some trickster ass energy out there. It's a toxic energy out there this week. I hope it clears up though. And if you feel like you need to lock down like your social media pages or something, if you know you broke up with your ex and your ex be stalking or whatever, y'all wanna lock down them social media pages, you know. Or if you the one investigating and all this shit, because it's a lot of investigations that's coming up this week. It's gonna be a lot of investigations and shit like that. That's what I really pick up on. Clinical data and data analysis and shit, and corporations and money, and you know, the same old. But that's just more of the surface level in terms of like shit that you can just that goes viral, or something that's easier to find. But on the individual level, this could be a very cathartic week for growth for us. Soul searching, introspection, good meditations, good, you know, self-awareness development this week. We, as an individual, we can look at it as that. Okay. And so that's what I got to say. I'm about to head off of here. You guys have a great Friday, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.